As of recently, I'm seeing a lot of Blue Lock fans talk about how it's not fair that Kunigami got to come back through the wild card or come back into Blue Lock at all, and Nagi can't. But what you all fail to realize because you don't read is there is a narrative purpose for this. As a matter of fact, there's more than one narrative purpose for this that applies to only Kunigami and not to Nagi. So let's get something out of the way. Both Nagi and Kunigami are popular characters, so using that argument is pretty fallacious. Now, in terms of when Kunigami went to the wild card, this was earlier on in the franchise. Their egos were not as big, quote-unquote, as they were within the Neo-Egoist League. In the NEL, you have more than just the foundation of what ego is. You have so much more than that. Everyone, and I mean literally everyone within Blue Lock has found that in some way, shape, or form. The originality, the ego aspect, being able to work on your own. That was drilled into Kunigami's head in the wild card. Hence why Kunigami's mindset went from teamwork and hero to brooding dark horse that's able to work on his own. As a matter of fact, narratively speaking, this is probably the very first thing we saw in terms of what ego was meant to be within the NEL. Being able to transform oneself in order to work for oneself. Kunigami literally went through a crucible in order to unlock his ego. It's not that he lost it. Unlike Nagi, who literally could not figure it out because he relied too much on Reo. And because of that, he paid the price. Kunigami, which I think you guys completely forget, went through the wild card. That wasn't sunshine and rainbows. Although there's not much said on it, what we do know is that it was not easy whatsoever. After all, he turned out to look like this afterwards. A completely different being altogether. Literally forcing his ego out to benefit him in the long run. Something that was literally being tested within the NEL. The whole premise of it. Something that other players were able to do, but he was not. Think of the NEL as a second wild card. That's exactly what it is. The meta-narrative and thematic reasons that go along with this make sense, but you all choose not to get it. Kunigami's hero to villain arc starkly illustrates Blue Lock's philosophy. The series repeatedly frames Blue Lock as crushing idealistic heroes into egotistical scorers. Kunigami is literally called a football superhero before his fall. Letting him survive the wild card underscores the dark lesson pure passion alone isn't enough. The literal issue with Nagi. His passion literally being surface level, just beating Isagi, and then that being it. One must become a monster to be the best. Machida in the final game literally tells Nagi, if you can't do this on your own, you're gone. You will not survive. The main narrative uses Kunigami as a thematic foil. Kunigami coming back via the wildcard into Blue Lock and Nagi not doing that and getting locked off the way that he did embodies Blue Lock's ruthless egoism on both technical and symbolic levels. Kunigami literally survived the death grip of elimination and re-emerged as a hard striker, proving the unparalleled determination the wildcard demanded. Nagi, on the other hand, failed to break free from reliance and faith in others. The exact opposite of what the wild card was. Oh, but Nagi can go through the wild card and figure that out. You can't drill something into someone's head who refuses to change. And Nagi was given that opportunity time and time again and still failed on every front. And it's not just ego who noticed that. It was multiple players. Nagi coming back to Blue Lock the exact same way as the wild card or in the exact same way as Kunigami doesn't make sense whatsoever.